Alright, so you've just stepped back into the weird, beautiful, and totally messed up world of Death Stranding 2. And guess what? Sam Bridges is back at it. Hauling cargo, crossing insane terrain, and trying to stitch humanity back together one connection at a time. But this time, it's not just about getting from point A to B. Nope. This time, the preppers, those quirky, isolated folks living in bunkers, are even more important. Connect with the right ones early, and you'll unlock some game-changing gear and upgrades that make your life a whole lot easier. Miss out? Well, good luck dragging 200 kilos of cargo uphill in a thunderstorm. So in this video, we're diving into the best preppers to connect with first in Death Stranding 2. We're talking about the ones who'll actually give you a leg up, like new weapons, powerful exosuits, or those sweet logistics tools that make tough deliveries feel like a walk in the park. If you're looking to optimize your route, save time, and avoid being chased by a BT while sliding down a mountain, you're in the right place. Let's get into it. I'm quickly moving on to the video. Before we start, if you enjoy these types of list videos, don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Enjoy watching! If you are the kind of player who cannot resist a good firefight in Death Stranding 2, then you absolutely need to make friends with the Doctor over at the Motherhood. Located in the Australia region of the map, this prepper is a hidden gem for combat-focused players. While the game still encourages you to avoid conflict where you can, there are plenty of missions and situations that will throw you into the middle of the action whether you like it or not. And when that happens, the Doctor becomes one of your best allies. One of the biggest reasons to connect with her as soon as possible is the enhanced blood bag she provides. It is not just a minor upgrade, it is a game changer, especially if you are playing on brutal difficulty. The upgraded bag holds more blood, which means you can take more hits and stay on your feet longer when things get messy. Whether you are dealing with human enemies or those terrifying beached things, having this extra buffer can mean the difference between surviving the encounter or waking up at your last shelter. What makes the Motherhood stand out even more is how early her facility becomes available in the main campaign. Unlike some other preppers who require you to go way off the grid, her location is fairly accessible, making it easier to start building that connection right away. Plus, once you begin delivering to her and leveling up your bond, the rewards keep getting better. So if you are planning to take a more aggressive approach to Sam's journey, do not overlook this prepper. She might just be the reason you live to deliver another day. If you have ever found yourself stuck halfway up a mountain, overloaded and regretting every extra package you took on, then the Dowser is the prepper you need to prioritize in Death Stranding 2. Located in the Australia region, the Dowser might not hand you weapons or health items, but what he offers can completely change the way you move across the map. His signature reward is the Boost Skeleton, an exoskeleton that helps Sam carry more weight while also giving him a noticeable speed boost. Early on, it is easy to get hooked on vehicles. Bikes and trucks feel like lifesavers when you are drowning in deliveries. But Death Stranding 2 is full of terrain that laughs in the face of four wheels, jagged cliffs, narrow ledges, rivers, and all sorts of impassable nonsense. This is where the Boost Skeleton shines. Once you start using it, especially the upgraded versions, you will notice how much more efficient and flexible Sam becomes. It makes walking not just viable, but sometimes even preferable to driving. The best part? The upgraded skeletons do not just increase carrying capacity, they also manage battery usage more efficiently, so you are not constantly stressing over where the next charging station is. If you are the kind of player who likes to plan your own route, venture off the beaten path, or just carry everything in one trip like a stubborn mule, then connecting with the Dowser early is a no-brainer. He might not be flashy, but his gear will make every step you take smoother, faster, and far less painful. If you are someone who cannot resist storming enemy camps or picking fights with beached things in Death Stranding 2, then Peter Gates at the Western Environmental Observatory should be on your priority list. Tucked away in the Australia region, Gates offers access to the Battle Skeleton, an exosuit designed specifically for those who like to live dangerously. While you can wear it during regular deliveries for a slight boost in speed and carrying capacity, its real value comes to light when the bullets start flying. What sets the Battle Skeleton apart is its ability to absorb punishment. It does not just reduce damage. This thing throws up a small shield the first time Sam gets hit, giving you a much-needed moment to recover or reposition. That tiny window can mean everything in combat. Whether you are caught by surprise or just need a second to reload and breathe, the skeleton has your back. It is like a built-in panic button, and it often turns what should be a disaster into a chance to turn the tables. As you level up your connection with Peter Gates, the skeleton gets even better, making it one of the most reliable tools for players who lean into combat rather than avoid it. Instead of always retreating or hiding, you can stand your ground and deal with threats head-on. For couriers who enjoy taking risks, defending their cargo, or just like to feel like an armored tank while delivering packages, the battle skeleton is a must-have, and Peter Gates is the man who makes it happen. If you have ever run out of juice in the middle of nowhere, surrounded by cliffs and rain, then you already know how critical energy management is in Death Stranding 2. That is where the Hydraologist, based at Harthman's lab in Australia, comes in. He does not offer a flashy weapon or skeleton, but what he gives might be even more important: backpack battery upgrades. These compact power cells become essential the moment you start depending on gear that constantly drains your energy. Many of the tools you unlock later in the game, from exoskeletons to defensive gadgets, pull power from your backpack. And while vehicle batteries help during road travel, they are useless once you step off the beaten path. The Hydraologist's upgraded batteries make it possible to keep going longer without needing a recharge, letting you stay mobile, stay safe, and most importantly, stay efficient. Whether you are navigating treacherous mountain paths or hauling massive loads across the outback, that extra energy cushion makes a huge difference. The catch? Getting to Harthman's lab is no walk in the park. It is a long journey, and you will probably burn through a good chunk of your stamina getting there. But once you are connected, the payoff is worth every step. A properly equipped Sam can stretch his battery life during long treks, allowing for heavier cargo loads or longer-lasting boosts in combat. If you are the kind of player who wants to push the limits of what Sam can carry and do, then the Hydraologist is not just useful, he is essential. The musician, also known as Gen Hoshino, might seem like a lighter-hearted addition to Death Stranding 2 at first glance, but do not let his chill vibes fool you. He is one of the most valuable preppers you can connect with. Located in Australia and unlocked through the main quests, the musician gives players the ability to build custom playlists that play as Sam explores the world. It might sound cosmetic, but when you are trekking across endless terrain, that music turns into a surprisingly powerful morale boost. Suddenly, even the loneliest parts of Mexico or Australia feel alive. But the real magic happens once you dig a little deeper into your connection with him. The musician is the one who teaches Sam how to craft a shotgun, and that alone makes him a game changer for players who prefer a more aggressive playstyle. In a game where so much emphasis is placed on avoiding combat, having reliable close-range firepower is a serious advantage. Whether you are dealing with enemy brigands in a tight canyon or face-to-face with a beached thing, the shotgun offers a brutal solution. Better yet, every time you level up your bond with the musician, you unlock a stronger version of the shotgun, each one packing more punch than the last. That steady progression means your investment keeps paying off throughout the game. So while the music he offers makes the journey more enjoyable, it is the firepower that really sets him apart. If you are planning to walk into hostile territory with confidence, make sure Gen Hoshino is on your delivery route. If you have ever found yourself juggling ladders, weapons, and cargo like a walking game of Tetris, then Old Oz at the government's base in Australia is the prepper you need to visit early in Death Stranding 2. Inventory management is not just a side mechanic, it is the heartbeat of every successful delivery. Every piece of gear you carry eats into your capacity, and if you are constantly overloaded, you are either dropping gear mid-route or making extra trips you could have avoided. Old Oz helps fix that. By building your connection with the government's base, Sam unlocks some of the most practical upgrades in the game, namely backpack attachments that expand your ammunition reserves. This sounds small, but it is huge. Instead of crafting multiple copies of the same firearm and wasting precious inventory space, you can bring just one or two and keep them loaded throughout long encounters. That means more room for cargo, fewer trips to your locker, and a cleaner, more efficient loadout. What makes Old Oz's upgrades so appealing is how they allow you to strike a balance between being prepared for combat and staying focused on your actual mission. You no longer have to choose between bringing an extra blood bag or your third shotgun. Now your weapons are streamlined, your backpack is smarter, and your cargo capacity stays intact. If you are serious about optimizing every delivery route and staying light on your feet, then Old Oz should absolutely be one of your first stops. Tucked away on the hills above the government base, the Lone Commander is one of those hidden gems in Death Stranding 2 that stealth-focused players will not want to miss. While many preppers are tied to the main story, this one requires you to veer off the critical path. But the rewards are well worth the extra effort. If you enjoy taking out threats quietly and from a distance, the Lone Commander has just the tool you need to turn the battlefield in your favor. His signature gift is the Tranquilizer Sniper Rifle, and it is exactly as cool as it sounds. This long-range, non-lethal weapon allows Sam to neutralize enemy brigands from a safe distance without ever setting off alarms or drawing return fire. It is a massive advantage for players who prefer a more tactical approach, especially during deliveries that force you to pass through hostile territory. Suddenly, enemy camps are not terrifying gauntlets. They are opportunities to pick off threats one by one before they ever know what hit them. What makes the Lone Commander stand out even more is how early you can access this game-changing rifle, giving you a huge edge for a good chunk of the campaign. The tranquilizer rounds mean you can stay non-lethal, which fits perfectly with Death Stranding's overall tone, but still feel empowered to engage when necessary. If you are the type of courier who wants to move through conflict zones like a ghost, then make the trip to his facility as soon as possible, because the Lone Commander will absolutely upgrade your toolkit. If you are the kind of player who treats Death Stranding 2 like the ultimate off-road delivery challenge, then Olivia Westberry at West Fort Knott, F1, is someone you want to connect with as early as possible. Vehicles are a game-changer when it comes to cutting down travel time, but they come with one major drawback: battery life. Nothing kills momentum faster than your ride sputtering out halfway up a mountain. That is exactly where Olivia's upgrades come in. By building a bond with Olivia, Sam gains access to vehicle battery enhancements that seriously extend driving range. Right out of the gate, her tech makes your bike or truck more reliable, especially across energy-draining terrain like riverbeds, steep slopes, or long stretches of timefall-soaked wilderness. The days of nervously watching your power bar drop every time you take a detour are over. You will be cruising further, recharging less, and staying in the driver's seat longer. What makes her gear truly shine is how well it scales. As you deepen your connection with West Fort Knott, you unlock even better battery packs that, when used alongside well-placed charging stations, turn your vehicle into a near-endless travel machine. Now, instead of micromanaging power levels, you can focus on hitting those tight delivery windows and pulling off ambitious cross-map runs without interruption. Olivia Westberry is not just keeping your wheels turning, she is keeping the whole operation in motion. Before Sam ever sets foot in Australia, the early hours of Death Stranding 2 take players through the rugged and unpredictable terrain of Mexico. And hidden among the canyons and dusty research outposts lies one of the most helpful early game allies, Alex Weatherstone, at the former Geophysics Research Lab. While the main story gently nudges you forward, a short detour to this prepper's facility can make a massive difference in how smoothly your journey begins. Alex provides a superior rifle that instantly outclasses the basic firearm most players start with. It features a faster rate of fire and a larger magazine, which might not seem like a big deal at first, but once you start clashing with brigands, you will feel the upgrade immediately. Those early enemy camps go from nerve-wracking ambushes to clean, confident encounters. Instead of dodging behind every rock and hoping for the best, you are stepping into skirmishes with the upper hand. What makes this prepper so useful is the timing. The early parts of the game are all about gaining momentum, stockpiling gear, learning the systems, and prepping for the big challenges that come later. With Alex's rifle in your hands, you are not just surviving those first few missions, you are thriving. By the time the campaign shifts to Australia and things start getting truly intense, you will be better equipped, more confident, and way ahead of the curve. Alex Weatherstone might not be flashy, but he is absolutely essential for anyone who wants to hit the ground running. If you've played the original Death Stranding, you know that sometimes sneaking past beach things just isn't an option. Death Stranding 2 keeps that intense dynamic, especially in areas thick with these eerie enemies. That's why Benjamin Rivera, stationed at the South Distribution Center in Mexico, becomes an essential ally early on. His grenades are not just toys, they're lifesavers for anyone who finds themselves constantly pushed into tight spots surrounded by BTs. The first grenade you unlock from Rivera is the Blood Grenade, which does a solid job of clearing clusters of BTs and giving Sam some breathing room. But as you deepen your bond with Benjamin, you gain access to the EX Grenade, a more advanced crowd control tool that shines in those really tricky crowded moments. These explosives help you keep BTs at bay without wasting stamina or risking your precious cargo, letting you move through dangerous zones more smoothly. Having grenades in your arsenal means you're not just running and hiding anymore. You have options for taking control of the battlefield. Especially in the early game when resources are tight and every step counts, Benjamin Rivera's gear helps you stay one step ahead of the threats lurking in the shadows. If you want to avoid being overwhelmed and keep your deliveries on track, don't skip a chance to link up with this prepper. The video ends here. See you in another video. Don't forget to subscribe.